How does raising taxes on corporations reduce inflation?
So,
Just doesn't have a clue on how to answer. I'll continue in a moment. But can we just bask in all Peter Doocy's glory here? Just coming out swinging. Oh, it's so good. Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. In today's episode, we have quite a doozy, or should I say doocy, because Fox News reporter Peter Doocy comes out swinging on new White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. And folks, when I say swinging, I mean his first question has her fumbling through her words, folks. You're not going to want to miss this one. As always, if you want to support us here at the Bald Brad Show, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Share this link with your friends and family all over social media. With that being said, let's jump into the clip.
Karine, congratulations. It's nice to see you up there.
thank you.
The president's Twitter account posted the other day, "You want to bring down inflation? Let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share." How does raising taxes on corporations reduce inflation?
So, are you talking about a specific tweet?
Just doesn't have a clue on how to answer. I'll continue in a moment. But can we just bask in all Peter Doocy's glory here? Just coming out swinging. Oh, it's so good.
He tweeted, "You want to bring down inflation? Let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share."
Look, you know, we have talked about this past year about making sure that the wealthiest among us are paying their fair share. And that is important to do, and that is something that the president has been working on every day when we talk about inflation and lowering costs. And so it's very important that as we're seeing costs rise, as we're talking about how to build a America that's safe, that's equal for everyone,
Not a
doesn't
clue.
leave everyone behind. That is an important part of that as well.
But
Look, folks, we called it. Right when this was going to happen, right when it was all going down, we said she's going to be worse than Jen Psaki. She's going to fumble through her words. She's going to lie to the American public. This isn't anything new, but God, I mean, she just sit there and BS'd her way through that answer and actually honestly never gave an answer. Let's see if Peter Doocy follows up here.
how does raising taxes on corporations lower the cost of gas, the cost of a used car, the cost of food for everyday Americans?
She doesn't have a clue.
So look, I think we encourage those who have done very well, right? Especially those who care about climate change, to support a fair tax code that doesn't charge manufacturers, workers, cops, builders a higher percentage of their earnings, that the most fortunate people in our nation, and not let that stand in the way of reducing energy costs and fighting this existential problem, if you think about that as an example. And to support basic collective bargaining rights as well, right? That's also important. But look, it is, by not
No answer still.
without having a fair tax code, which is what I'm talking about, then like manufacturing workers, cops, it's not fair for them to have to pay higher taxes than the folks who are not paying taxes at all,
Well,
or
what does
barely
that have to do with
hardly.
inflation? The president said, "You want to bring down inflation? Let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share." Jeff Bezos came out and tweeted about that. He said the newly created disinformation board
Yeah.
should review this tweet. Would you be okay with that?
Look, it's not a huge mystery why one of the wealthiest individuals on earth, right, opposes an economic agenda that is for the middle class, that cuts some of the biggest costs families face, fights inflation for the long haul, right? And that's what we're talking about. That's why we're talking about lowering inflation here, and adds to the historic deficit reduction.
Still, folks, how long have we been going? I'm still waiting for an answer here. Talk about lowering inflation, but hasn't given an answer as to how they're going to do it. But they're going to raise taxes on corporations, which is going to raise the prices of goods and services, which is what Peter Doocy's talking about. The answer is it's not going to. And that's why you already see the state of California increasing their minimum wage from $15 an hour to $15.50 an hour. This Biden administration doesn't have a clue. And it makes sense, right? You've had different White House press secretaries come on the podium and not have an answer for any of Peter Doocy's questions. They just sit there and fumble like their boss, Joe Biden. They sit there and kind of sidestep the question or manipulate it in some way, shape, or form to give some sort of answer. It never answers any of his questions. But I digress, folks. We'll continue with this one, but we'll see if she ever answers the question here. I'll tell you what, Peter Doocy, round one, baby's going to him automatically. Woo!
The president is achieving by asking the richest taxpayers and corporations to pay their fair share. That is what we're talking about.
Okay, and then just one on the trip tomorrow. How come the president is visiting Buffalo after a senseless tragedy there, but he couldn't visit Waukesha after 6 were killed and 61 injured in an attack on a Christmas parade there?
Well, Peter, he was napping. He was having his little sleepy nap. Sorry, I gotta have fun with it, folks, because he makes a great point. Where was he? When the narrative is correct, when the narrative goes in the leftist direction here, where you get a white supremacist idiot going up and shooting a grocery store, you know, clearly a hate crime, clearly evil. I think everybody agrees with that. Because the left is targeting the right, going, oh, it's, you know, he's a conservative, he's a Republican, which, by the way, in his manifesto, he literally said he was not a conservative. That's not going to stop the left from lying to all of us. That's not going to stop the left from lying to America. Mind you, this White House press secretary said that Fox News was racist, said that those that watch Fox News is racist. She said that on MSNBC. But I digress. Let's continue.
I mean, he's visited many communities. Buffalo,
Not the border.
He's able to go tomorrow to Buffalo before the trip. That is something that was important for him to do. But he has visited many other communities. Buffalo's not the first community, sadly, that he has to go up to because of a violent attack. So, you know, that's
never
not,
answered
that's
the
not
question.
The first one. So he's been to many others.
The question was not why he visited many others. The question was why didn't he visit that specific one and chose to go to Buffalo before visiting any other one. So that was the question. Not answering. She's going to move on here, folks. But I got to say, this one goes to Peter Doocy, round one, right off the bat. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. Peter Doocy or Karine Jean-Pierre? I say Peter Doocy, but again, let me know in the comments below. Before you leave, folks, help me out here. Support the Bald Brad Show by hitting that like and subscribe button, sharing this video on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, all over social media so that it helps us grow. With that being said, I will see you later here on the Bald Brad Show.